Hello there, welcome to the Complete Football Pod. My name is Mike. I hope you're all doing well. I really hope you are. If you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It will go a long way. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for those who already subscribed to this channel, and for those who will be subscribing right now, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Without taking much of your time, I will be talking about the Euros. Now we've gone past the round of 16. Now we into the quarterfinals, and they're turning on the E bit by bit, and it's getting more tougher. Uh, Quickly, let me talk you through the round of 16. Now, the round of 16 was happened, and there were some uh, things we actually expected. At the same time, there were some performances we never expected. So far, the first game, let me talk about the Spain-Georgia game. Now, the Spain-Georgia game, we all expected, I personally, in my opinion, expected Spain to qualify. But I thought Georgia, given what they played the last game of their group stage against Portugal, how they demolished Portugal, many people would probably think Georgia would, give Spain a tough time. But like I said in my previous episode, Spain, there's this thing special about Spain, and I said something. I said Spain is probably the best team in this tournament so far. I'm still sticking to that assumption of mine. It's my opinion, actually. It's my opinion because the way Spain had played so far from the beginning of this tournament, they've been so amazing. Now, Spain has this way of breaking down teams that wants to play counter-attacking football. Other team might not have the solution, but Spain does have that solution because Spain plays this possession-based football. They move the ball so fast, they pass you around until you lose your shape. It's almost the same way like Man City, the way Man City play. They're very patient. They pass the ball around. That's why anytime Spain plays, you see them having much of the possession. So Spain, I'm not surprised Spain beat Georgia by 4 goals to 1. I was expecting Spain to qualify. I to be sincere, I never expected that goal margin to be that much because of how compact and how disciplined Georgia has been from the beginning of this tournament, especially the game against Portugal. But Spain they do what they do best. They break down the fence. I don't care how much you pack the ball. Spain will break you down, and they really did break Georgia down, and they won 4 goals to 1. Now Spain is into the quarterfinal. Another game was France-Belgium. Now, this one, as according to my last episode, I said this game was kind of tricky because both teams has the potential to upset one another, and I leaned towards France. I said France was going to qualify, but it wasn't that easy for France, qualification. And there's something about France in this tournament. It has always been a slim margin of win. Tournaments like these, teams like this, they could continue doing that until they get to the finals. That's how cup competitions. That's how it's kind of unique. You can struggle to get to the final, and you can win the trophy. Look at Argentina at the World Cup. The first game against Saudi Arabia, they lost 2-1. But after that, they picked themselves up. They were winning games, and they got to the final. It's just 7 games, to win the cup. So once you win 7 games, that's why it's more technical to play a cup game than the league where you have like 38 games. So France eventually came out top. They qualified to the quarterfinals. Now Belgium is out. I feel bad for Belgium because as much as I think they're not really that good, but I will still expect it's Belgium. There was a time Belgium had the best team in the world. At the point, I think they were the number 1 in FIFA ranking. Over time, they slipped to like I think 2, 3. Only God knows what they are right now. Probably first top 10. They might probably be in the top 10. So another game was Germany-Denmark. Germany won by 2 goals to 0, and I also predicted that Germany was gonna win, but because of the way Denmark played against England, I was expecting Denmark to, to make it tough for Germany. I wouldn't say it was not that tough for Germany, but Germany find a way. They won 2-0, and they could have scored more goals. And also Denmark also, I think they had a goal disallowed, which was an offside. It was a slim margin. The margin was so slim, but it was an offside. So Germany qualified, and the game had to be postponed because of the bad weather in Dortmund. There was a thunderstorm, and there was lightning, and it wasn't that safe for those players to continue the game. So they actually went into the dressing room, and when it was safe for them to continue, they came back, and Germany scored 2 goals. And Denmark was not able to reply them back. So Germany also now have qualified into the quarterfinals. Now also there's England Slovakia. Now I personally thought England was out, even though I had this feeling. I predicted England was probably gonna go through, but I didn't think it was gonna be this tough. I know England's been playing bad lately, but I never thought it was gonna be this harder for England, to beat Slovakia. Slovakia scored first, and it was so hard for England to break them down because this team were compact, they were organized, they were playing a counter-attacking football. When they get the ball, the likes of Shesko and all the other stars they have, they know what they were trying to do. But 5 minutes of brilliance from England towards the end of the game. It was, I think, 6 minute extra time, and it was almost the final play of the game. And Jude Bellingham came out with this magisterial bicycle kick. It was destiny for England. I thought at first England was out. I wouldn't be surprised. As a matter of fact, if England did not win that game, they would not be surprised either. And people will not feel bad because we already saw the pattern from England from the beginning of this tournament. England has not been great at all. So England, it was just the 5 minutes of brilliance from England. They scored a goal, the last play of the game. They drew the game 1-1. It got into extra time, and Harry Kane came up with an answer again. That was how England won the game. I never expected it to unfold this way, but that's to tell you, these teams like England, they have good individual players that can make a difference. That's one thing about England. The teams like England, the teams like France, even though they're not playing well, there's just because they have good players, they will just come out with individual brilliance and they can win games for you. They have game winners in their teams. So that was the only reason why England was able to win that game. And if Slovakia has won that game, everybody, no hard feelings. Everybody would have been like the best team won. But on that day, it was not the best team that won because Slovakia was far better than England. But England rode the wave and they won the game. Another game was Netherlands Romania. Now this is also a game where I think at the previous episode I said I could not. I think I said Netherlands was gonna edge through, but the goal margin was not what I expected. 3-1. I didn't expect the game to be 3-1. I was thinking it was gonna probably be penalties or it's gonna be like a 1-0 game, but the Netherlands came out with a sublime performance, and Daniel Malem came in, scored 2 goals, and also Cody Gakpo also scored another goal. I think he's probably the highest goal scorer in this tournament right now, Cody Gakpo. So Netherlands also came out with brilliance, and the way Netherlands is going now, they're being more, I think, if K is not taken, any team playing against Netherlands, they're these underdogs. They can upset any team. That's why this tournament, it's kind of very, very complicated and kind of sleeky. I still couldn't. At this point I can't. The only person I'm sure of is Spain. I'm not even sure of Germany. I'm not sure of England. I'm not sure of France because the way they've been, the way they've been playing. But if I am trying to call the winner by the performances so far, which is hard to judge them that way because even the best team can play another decent team and they might lose. It's the only best team so far has been Spain, but never say never. You never can tell who's gonna win. So that's how Netherlands with Romania, Netherlands won 3-1. Then Portugal and Slovenia. Now Portugal and Slovenia ended in a penalty shootout. I wasn't expecting that. I thought Portugal was gonna win, but the way Slovenia played Portugal, Slovenia played a very, very good game. And like I said, they played Portugal the same way Georgia played Portugal. Now, there's one thing about Portugal I want to say. It might not be popular among so many people, and I might get some backlash with this, but I think Cristiano Ronaldo in that Portuguese team is not helping them. It's not because Ronaldo is not a good player, is a legend. But the point is, if Ronaldo is not in that team, I personally believe, if this is my opinion, without Ronaldo in that team would be more balanced. But with Ronaldo, I think they kind of dependent on him, and it's costing them a lot. Like he lost the penalty, he almost cost them the game. That's not even anyone can lose a penalty. I don't judge players by penalty. It could be harsh when a player loses like a winning penalty. But penalty, it's a lot of emotion. But Ronaldo being Ronaldo, I think if there was another person, in that striking position for Portugal, I think they would be more serious than having Ronaldo there. I think with Ronaldo, they're not having that balance, and they're really more dependent on Ronaldo, which I don't think is good for them. So, well, the game was 0-0. They went into penalties, and Slovenia lost all their 3 penalties, which is kind of unbelievable for me. I mean, at this point, you should be training penalties when you get to the round of 16, the quarterfinals, especially the round of 16, when the game could end up in penalty shootout. You have to be equipped for situations like that. But they lost all the 3 penalties, and Portugal qualified into the quarterfinals. Also, Switzerland, Italy. Yeah, this is one I think I was spot on with my prediction, because I said Switzerland is also a team that they're very good. They have decent players and they play as a team. They are also hard to break down. So the only position I'm not really confident about Switzerland is the forward line. But as we can see, even without that, they can hurt teams. I knew Italy was also not. I could not predict. I could not see Italy winning. But at the same time, I was thinking Switzerland might not also win the game, because those 2 teams they were kind of close. The performances were kind of close, and so, but Switzerland won by 2-0, and Italy was out eventually. And the Italians would not feel bad, because they knew. Switzerland really played them like schooled them. In the early first half, they could not even break the pressing of the Swiss. The Swiss was pressing them. Anytime the Swiss lost the ball, they get it back fast. So it was hard for the Italians to get away from their backline to even attack the Switzerland, to attack the Swiss. So Switzerland won 2-0. Italy knocked out, and Switzerland qualified into the quarterfinals. Also, Turkey, Austria. It's so hard to see Austria leave, but Turkey, I think, was more superior to them than them, and Turkey won 2-1, and Turkey also qualified into the quarterfinal. And one of my favorite players, Okan Çalhanoğlu. I love that guy. I love him. The style of play, the way he plays. I just love him. I love him play. And that's why I love to watch him, to watch the Serie A, just to watch Inter Milan play. And even though I think he's been playing out of position for Inter Milan, because he's been playing sometimes as a number six, but he's not a number six. He's like a attacking midfield player. He could play as an attack. I think naturally he's an attacking midfield player, and sometimes as a center midfield player. But in Inter Milan, he plays more deeper, which we should not be. So, but they find their way around it with him and Nicolo Barella, and sometimes Aslani. They find a way to switch around, and that's out. So now the round of 16 is over, and we're into the quarterfinals. So the draws of the fixtures of the quarterfinal is already been, it's available, and the quarterfinal is going to start on Friday. So now there's going to be Spain versus Germany. This is going to be a very, very interesting game. From now, the games we're going to be having from now are very, very, are going to be very, very interesting, and there's going to be a lot of heartbreak. There's going to be a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, So Spain, Germany. I would say Spain, because I think Spain has been so good. But we should not forget Germany is the host country, and I think Germany has more matured and experienced players than the Spanish team, But the Spanish, I think they have youth. They have the youth players, Yamal, the William brother, Nico William. They have who's this? The striker Ferran Torres. They have Pedri, and they have Rodri, which is like a veteran, a very experienced player. But Germany has like Toni Kroos, Antonio Rudiger, Ike Gudohan. They have all this. Leroy Sané, Joshua Kimmich. These are experienced players. Now, Germany is a host country, which will probably help them because the crowd will be behind them. But that's why I'm saying it's going to be a very, very interesting game. I would say Spain would qualify, but I wouldn't be surprised if Germany knocks Spain out of the tournament. But I would still rely on Spain because of the way they've been playing so far. They're more informed. But Germany has to be the strength I think Germany has. What I think will be the problem for Spain is the German defense, because Rudiger is a very, very, very tough guy to beat, and the Spanish has to be very wary of Kai Havertz. That guy is a very deadly. He's not like the normal out and out striker, but he is a very, very deadly player. He draws defenders out of the position, he gives other wide players the avenue to run forward, like Jamal Musiala and Leroy Sané. So the game is going to be very tricky. I think I have a slim chance of Spain coming out, on top. Now, Portugal, France. It's without due respect to Portugal. I think it's time for Portugal, to go home. I think France would qualify because I don't think Portugal has what it takes to beat France. Even though they have good players, when you see the players Portugal have, they have good players: Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Pereira. They have a lot of Paulinho, the Fulham number 6, the center defensive midfielder for Fulham. So they have very, very, very good players. But France also, you can Kylian Mbappe. I don't know why Didier Deschamps is not using Olivier Giroud, because this Olivier Giroud, we've seen when he plays as a forward. Though, with all due respect, Marcus Thuram is also is younger and is more athletic, but Olivier Giroud gives France a different dynamics. Giroud is a player, if he doesn't score, he creates goals. I don't know why he's not starting him, but if it's working for him, all well and good. But I think France has this. I give France this upper hand, to beat Portugal. So I would take France to qualify. into the semi-finals. Then England, Switzerland. England, Switzerland. I okay. Let me say. I would say England, but if England is being knocked out by Switzerland, I would not be surprised. Why? Because of the trend, the pattern of England playing from the beginning of this tournament. They've not been great at all. So if they get knocked out, now by a compact and a precise Switzerland, a precise Swiss team, I won't be surprised because the Switzerland team, they can hurt you. They're very good. They have decent players also, and they play good football. So, but I think teams like this, England, France, they're not playing well, but they just find their way into the finals. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's possible. It happens, and it's possible you know, they get out of the tournament. So I would say England. I give the England a slight chance against Switzerland. Then Netherlands, Turkey. These I am kind of divided. I don't know who's gonna win this Netherlands, Turkey, because both teams, I think they're on the same level. They're on the same pedestal. For me, I can't say Turkey is going to beat Netherlands. I can't say Netherlands is going to beat Turkey. It's going to be hard for me to predict this. As much as, though it's hard for me to, the previous ones I predicted, Spain, Germany, I only give Spain a slim margin. Then Portugal, France, I think France will win. And also, the margin is not that much. The same with England, Switzerland. The margin is not that much. But this Netherlands, Turkey, I don't even have a margin for either Turkey or Switzerland or Netherlands gonna win. I think it's gonna be a very, very, very tight game, and I don't know who's gonna win. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your prediction in the comment section. What do you think about this fixtures? Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, and England, Switzerland, and Netherlands, Turkey. Who do you think would come out? Would qualify? Which four teams do you think would qualify into the semi-finals? Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. This is going to be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being with me. Please don't forget to do like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. It will help this channel with growing bit by bit, and I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for your time. God bless. Bye.